we've yet to see a pass from this offense of St. James. Second and long, they'll shift a few guys around. 2 men in the backfield, and they're going to hand it off. Once again, got a blocker in front of them. Running back makes a cut, picks up some positive yardage there. Gets about 8 on the run. That's going to bring up 3rd and 5. So a lot of movement and a lot of keeping the Golden Eagles on their toes with the direction of these running plays. 2 running backs in the backfield. Now they will have a single back and a wing back, and they're going to hand it off to the big back, number 30, straight up the middle. And depending on the spot, that might be enough for a first down. Looks like it will be.
Chris, as we get going here, apparently there was an issue with the stream, although it is up and running now. So if we want to go ahead and share it out now. It had said it had started, but.
So we are live. Not sure if you all have been here, but we've had some technical difficulties, but we are back live now. The score is 0-0. St. James has just crossed the 50-yard line, and that'll bring up 2nd and 6 after the run for the Trojans. Chris Lee along with Roy Evans tonight on the call. And once again, they will shift before the snap. And it's going to hand it off to the fullback. That's going to be number 13, Andrew Yancey, the senior, will get that carry. And that's what they look like they want to do. They want to pound it a few yards at a time down the field. Done a good job of it so far. Golden Eagle defense going to have to step up and make a stop to slow down this run game.
Yeah, I think what it is, I mean, because like I said, I think just easiest thing to do is just get aggressive and go forward at them. Because they're running, they're not running way out to the side. They're coming into those in holes, trying to get right there inside of the tackle. So,
and for the first time, they will pass, and great play on the ball there. And trying to see these new numbers out here on the black jerseys. Looked like, that
was number 3.
That was number 3 again for the Golden Eagles, Jones. So.
And we'll take a look at that one more time. That was a great play by that young man. He got up in the air, was in front of the receiver, so he had a better shot at the ball than the receiver did.
Yeah, great play, showing off the athleticism for Jones. He's made some big plays this season. That's going to bring up a 4th down. And we've got Perter and Daniel back deep. And they're going to punt it. Look like they're going to punt it. Slow to kick it.
Wow.
And they're going to let it bounce, and Golden Eagles decided not to send in any pressure. And that punter took his time to let that one go, Roy.
Yeah, that was a mistake. I was wondering. I'm looking. I'm like, well, where's the ball? But the punter just stood there until the coverage got all the way down the field, and he was able to get off a punt, and we weren't able to do anything with it. Because, like you said, Chris, there was literally no pressure on the punter. Now the Golden Eagles are backed up here. Ball right at about what looks to be the 14-yard line.
So Kid looking to get something going. So far today, Golden Eagles have 1 turnover. And they're going to hand it off. That's going to be number 24. Looks like Jaden Woods. So we do apologize for the technical difficulties here earlier in the game, but we are live, have not missed much yet. Neither team has been able to reach the end zone. 3rd drive for the Golden Eagles tonight. as we are getting down to the end of the first quarter. And that's going to be a timeout. Coach Austin going to regroup. So we've seen some slow starts this season, Roy, and we have typically been a second half team, but looking to get it going. This is a team, St. James, coming into this ball game 1-4, but we cannot take them lightly. They are certainly hungry to get a win on the road tonight, and Golden Eagles looking to stay undefeated in this tough region.
Well, most definitely, and, that's the thing. I mean, they're coming in with a plan. I'm sure the coaches did their film study, and they saw something about this run defense that they believe that they can exploit. And right now, we've got to make sure that we figure that out beforehand.
So 2nd and 7, and Kit's going to keep it this time, and he will get a few yards there on 2nd down. It's going to bring up about 3rd and 3. So looking to keep this drive going for the Golden Eagles. Not great starting field position.
They got a nice chunk of it back on that. As I said, did I just hear him say 3rd down?
This is 3rd down. So Kit going to drop back, looking for a man over the middle. That ball is batted down by number 4, Henry Wright. So once again, that will bring up a 4th down and a decision here in their own territory. And it looks like Coach Austin will send out the punting team to try to flip the field here. So once again, not able to get anything going on offense, as Bedgood will come out and punt the ball here on 4th down.
And I think now, and watch this St. James team, they have been trying to get pressure on the punter as they're going in. And we got a muff snap. Good one there, though.
Yeah, good job of Bedgood getting that punt off after the bad snap, and he will do his job. Once again, not the prettiest kick, especially under the circumstances there, but good job of just getting it out of there. And Trojans will start the drive at their own 42-yard line.
Definitely. Bedgood is a quarterback also, isn't he?
Yes, he is the backup quarterback. We have seen him come in on several instances this season, but primarily he has been handling the punting and the kicking duties for this Golden Eagles special teams.
Well, I wish he would have looked up before he kicked that ball, because he had a man streaking down the middle if he had looked back.
And we have seen him do that on several times, but hey, deep in your own territory, I'm not mad at that decision by the young man to just kick it away.
Well, he did his job. He definitely did his job, and he did it well, like I said, with it being a muff punt or a muff snap.
And that's going to be handoff, and that's going to be another tough run. Again, a young man, we've called his name a few times, number 3, Jerome Jones, on that tackle for the Golden Eagles. I really like the way Jones flies all around the field from that safety position. And we are joining the booth by none other than A.D. Drew, who's going to be taking over here on the color commentary for Roy Evans. Good to have you here back in Tuskegee, Drew.
Always good to be back home.
And that's going to be a handoff for the Trojans to number 6, Grant Phillips, once again on the carry. So a few tough yards there for Phillips. And just like that, it'll be 3rd down for the Golden Eagles. And that's going to end the first quarter. So at the end of the first quarter, your score 0-0. No one able to get to the end zone yet. And Golden Eagles looking to get something going here. But first of all, we got to get a stop on defense.
Yeah, Chris, it's great to always be back in Tuskegee. First of all, before I go any further, Mr. Berry, congratulations on a great campaign.
Oh, thank you so much, Drew. And, We've been doing this for a long time. You've seen the journey when I first started on the council as we got that Parks and Rec program going back all the way in 2012, 2013. So,
and the ironic thing about that, Chris, these seniors on this Booker T. Washington football team were the youngest kids that we allowed in at that time. So think about it, 2013, 12 years.
They're now out here
this is the last of the original class.
Absolutely, and we're certainly proud of this class. Got big expectations from them, of course, this season, but they have certainly left their mark and are continuing to leave their mark here on this football team. As you all well know, several scholarship offers, and we've done some great things up until this point. But hey, we're going to continue to do some things this season and move right through this region. 3-0 right now. St. James comes into this game looking for their first win in region play. And they're going to come out again under center on 3rd and short, and they're going to hand it off right up the middle, and they will get the first down. So driving down the field, the Trojans, they're keeping it simple and just pounding the ball, Drew.
Great job by the offensive line. I mean, they had a stack to the left. They had trips left. They overloaded it, and that was one of those weight room runs, Chris. We've been working out longer than you've been working out at this point in time. So hopefully our defense can stay low, have some leverage, and sooner or later make their play, Chris.
It's going to bring up first down once again for the Trojans. Said that more times than I've wanted to tonight.
But it said all you want to, as long as goose eggs are on their score.
That's right, and it's going to be a handoff once again, this time to the right side. And he is met by Purifoy. So the young man who is committed to the Alabama State Hornets as of right now will come up with the tackle there, but not before he gains about 5 yards.
And what's good, there's a lot of kids out here on this field, which is part of the reason why I came down here, because I wanted to see them in person. A lot of these kids had the opportunity to play on Saturdays, Chris, and hopefully one of these kids who play on Saturdays will make it to Sunday.
Hey, a lot of big expectations. Like I said, they're going to hand it off again to the right side, and that's going to be number 5, Jalen Fitzpatrick, on the tackle.
And what this is, Chris, this is a classic case. We don't see this type of offense in high school anymore. You barely even see it in the rec leagues anymore, where you're running a wing or something similar to that. Everything is spread, get them into space, and it's hard to prep for this old school offense in 5 days, Chris.
Absolutely, and they've lined it up under the center every time, and they're going to give it to the fullback once again, and nothing complicated about what they're trying to do. But we're going to have to stop it.
Yeah, and you said something key, Chris. When the last time you seen somebody actually get up under somebody's butt and take the ball old school? It just doesn't happen anymore. So defensive line has to stay low, stay in your gaps, and allow the linebackers to make the play. You don't need the line to make the play. The line just needs to clog their gaps and leave it for the linebackers.
So they're going to go for it, of course, here, 4th and short. And they're going to hand it off this time. Once again, he's going to move forward. And
great second effort.
Good second effort, but they will get that first down. So,
yeah. And if you pay attention, you got a lot of traps and pulling. Once again, something you don't see as much anymore. It's a lot of heads up blocking when you're talking about the spread offense, because you don't have time to do those traps.
First down for Phillips. Once again, lined up under center. He's got a wing back and 2 running backs, and this time he'll roll out to his left and pass it to a wide open running back, and so that's caught him on their heels that time after coming down the field with that run, and running back slipped out and caught a pass out of the backfield.
And that's what happens when you run the ball 5 consecutive times for positive yardage. The linebackers are peeking into the backfield, looking, trying to make a play, doing what they're supposed to do, but you forget about your key and making sure who got him over there.
So 1st and goal, and we're going to have a timeout by the Trojans. So they'll take some time to talk about it. Golden Eagles coming to the sideline as well as Coach Austin, I'm sure, will preach to that defense. Look, we know what they're doing. We just got to stop it.
Yeah. It's just a matter of will. Somebody's got to make a play, but don't try to do what's in your skill set. Just do what you've been coached. Do what your natural ability allows you to do, and have your teammates come and help you. I don't need you to make the tackle. I just need you to hold them up so somebody else can come in and clean it up for you if necessary.
Yeah, a lot of speed, a lot of athleticism on this defense, and sometimes teams will use that to your disadvantage. They'll get you going one way and then go the other way. So we're going to have to be disciplined and, like you say, plug up those gaps and watch where that ball is going.
Now, right here, you've got a 1st and goal from the 5-yard lines, and I'm going to be honest with you. If I'm St. James, I'm going to continue to do what I'm doing and keep it between the tackles.
We'll see what they do. And handoff, he's going to bounce off the tackle. And
great way to swarm, though. Great way to swarm, and that's exactly what I'm talking about, Chris. Somebody make the play, hold them up, let your teammates come in and help you clean it up. Only problem with that, Chris, he still got 2 yards.
Got 2 yards and 2 yards closer to that end zone.
That's going to be
number 3. That's going to be number 13, Andrew Yancey, on that carry. So 2nd down and goal. Golden Eagles looking to bend but not break here and get a stop. They're going to hand it off, and looks like it's blown up in the backfield this time. So good job that time stopping the play in the backfield.
Yeah, and that's what you need, penetration. Penetration is the only thing that's going to slow this. Now, if you're BTW, what you have to be careful for, once again, is that tight end slipping out in the backfield behind those linebackers on the play action. Let's see what they call right here.
Head coach Larry Ware, we know him as a standout athlete in the Montgomery area. Went to Georgia Bulldogs and played his college ball there, and will take over this year. And they're going to hand it off. It's going to be a toss to the right this time, and good job once again. Those linebackers coming up and making a play. They're going to stop them on 3rd down. That'll bring up a big 4th down for this Golden Eagle defense.
Once again, Chris, you said it earlier. Bend, don't break. They've knocked them back. They got 1 yard back, so they've got 4 yards to go. Let's see what kind of formation they come out in.
And it looks like, Drew, they might be coming out to attempt the field goal.
Is the kicker out there? They need to hurry up and line up because they've only got 10 seconds on the play clock. We're down to 7.
Not sure if it's the same kicker from last year. It's going to be.
He's not going to get it off, Chris. He's not going to get it off.
That will be a delay of game, so back it up 5 yards on the field goal attempt. I can remember last year we went down to Montgomery. They had a standout kicker. Not sure if this is the same young man or not, but.
And, Chris, that delay of game for St. James is not bad in that situation. Given the angle of where that ball was at, these 5 yards may actually help the kicker and allow him to angle it in for the possible 3 points.
So Trojans looking to put points on the board first here tonight in Tuskegee. And the snap is taken. The kick is up, and it looks like it's going to be wide right. That will be no good. So
those yards made a difference. And like I said, it was that angle, trying to get in inside that right upright, Chris. And that's a tough angle in high school to do because the wide hashes.
March. That's right. And good stop, good momentum shift hopefully for this Golden Eagle team, as after driving down the field, the Trojans are stopped short of putting points on the board. So that's one of those situations where you lick your wounds and you come out on offense and hopefully try to get something going yourself.
So now we go from 3 yards in a cloud of dust, Chris, to the wide open spread offense. Talk about a contrast of style.
And that's what this team does. They like to spread it out and get the ball into those big playmakers on the outside. Several guys that can get the ball and make something happen with it after the catch. kid's going to drop back, and he's going to hand it off this time to Purder. Purder going to cut back. He breaks the tackle, looking to get around, doesn't get too much, but gets back past that original line of scrimmage. So hard fought, couple yards there for the senior and LSU commit Dylan Purder.
Great individual effort there by Purder, but if he stays with the play, he probably picks up about another 2 or 3 more yards because the blocking was set up for him. He just did not pick up the hole the way it was designed.
So Purder still adjusting to that running back roll. Second down kick. Going to try to draw the defense offside. Looks to the sideline at his coach. And Purder done a good job this season. But like I said, he's still really learning this role in this offense playing running back. And they're going to fake it to him this time. And they're going to throw to the big tight end. That's going to be Cam Tatum for the first down. So good job, good reception. Getting the ball to the tight end who was lined up there in the slot that time on the outside. Number 12, Cam Tatum for the Golden Eagles.
And as great as that play was, if he doesn't have to jump for that ball, he may have opportunity to take that one to the house.
And this time, handoff to Purder. Purder's going to bust it outside to the right, and he will get the first down and drag a few defenders with him to the sideline. So this offense looking to wake up here in the second quarter with a little explosiveness after that missed field goal on this drive.
Well, they're inspired now. Defense did its job. Now it's time for the offense to come and pay them back for the great job that they did.
And they're going to move fast once again. Handoff again to Purder. And Purder will pick up a few yards. So, you know, I think the patience is going to be one of his best attributes running the ball. When you got an explosive runner like him with a lot of speed, you know, it's easy to just want to kind of go one direction. But so now we've got number 24, Jaden Woods into the backfield, standing beside Kit. And Woods will get the handoff. And good job breaking tackles, and that's something he does. He's extremely elusive and quick on his feet. Woods, the junior.
So that's been 4 rushes and 1 pass. Great time right now, Chris, for RPO or play action from your quarterback right now.
And I think it'd be a great time to throw it to none other than number 4, Quez Daniel over there. Off that action. We'll see what they decide to do. They're going to hand it off again to Woods. Good run. Woods going to find
good cutback. Good play. He
is going to score a touchdown. Golden Eagles. Number 24, Jaden Woods with the shifty feet on that run. And we've got fireworks for the first time coming here from Edward Bernie Patrick Stadium. Let's look at that replay. I mean, look at the cuts there. Let's run that one back one more time. Woods just takes the handoff and hey, from that point, it's just like out on the ballpark back in the day, Drew.
Yes, once you get to the second level, Chris, that's when it gets about individual effort. The offensive line does its job. Let your athletes get into space. Then it's just which athlete is better at that point in time, Chris, as we get ready for this PAT. And in a game like this 1 point is going to be important.
So they will set up, and that is a good kick. And it is good. So Bedgood will convert on the extra point, and that is something always to celebrate, as we are not used to kicking extra points and field goals, but that is becoming a regular sighting here for this Golden Eagle team this season.
And I apologize, Chris. That was the one thing we did not start developing in our youth program was a kicker. We tried to get a soccer program going, but we were not able to sustain it. If we'd have got that, maybe we wouldn't have this problem throughout the year.
Well, hey, you know, we've had a couple kickers that have stepped up this year, and not sure if you saw the highlights from that Tallahassee game, but we actually won a game earlier this season on a game-winning field goal. So a lot of promise in that department. That is something we will continue to develop here in this community, and hey, you got to start somewhere. So good job there by Micah Bedgood, who will come out again to kick it off for the Golden Eagles, splitting the uprights there on the extra point.
Yes, and Chris, even though I live in Atlanta, I still watch on the Black College Sports Network on Friday nights when I'm not
Friday nights,
traveling.
This is the best place to be. Glad to have you with us once again here in Tuskegee. Welcome home, I should say. I know you're in town covering some big HBCU football.
Nah, we're gonna put.
We won't talk about that shirt you got on right now.
Well, I'm here representing the other team that's playing down in Crampton Bowl tomorrow. I won't say since we're on the air, I won't say the things that I've been saying out loud to people.
Please don't. As the kickoff is taken at about the 15-yard line, he's going to get some space and cross the 40. So good start in field position after a short kick for this St. James offense, as they will come out on the field trying to bounce back after a great drive by the Golden Eagles.
I want to send a shout out to a former co-worker and one of the people who helped me start that program, or helped us start that program, Chris, your frat brother, David Henderson.
David, joining live on the stream tonight?
Live on the stream, my brother. Appreciate you, Dave. And Dave just reminded me, they was winning youth championships back when we started that, man. So,
so
there's a lot of memories in this place.
Been playing together for some time. They're going to hand it off Trojans here on first down, and hey, too many yards for me, Drew.
Too many. But let's give St. James some credit, Chris. They are doing their jobs. They are getting up. They are pushing our defensive line backwards. So until we figure out how to get some leverage and to stay low and to push them backwards like we did on the goal line stand, Chris, we're going to continue to have these problems.
Hey, like you said earlier, we're going to have to adjust to this offense. Certainly not something that we do, but we've seen a couple teams here in this region that like to do the same thing, and that's going to be stuff short of the first down. So
they didn't give him the spot on the effort. Thought it was a little bit closer than that, but hey, we'll take it because that gives us another opportunity to try to stop them before we move the sticks. Third and a short one.
3rd and 1 here as the Trojans cross midfield. You got to think this is a situation where they go for it no matter what happens here, but still Golden Eagles would like to get a stop here on 3rd down. Man in motion. It's going to be the wing back and going to hand it off, and he will get the first down. So lining it up, and once again, putting a man in front of a man, getting behind him. That's old school football.
Defensive line is going to have to start becoming creative, and this is something that's kind of tough to do on the fly, Chris. You may have to wait till you get in at halftime. The line is going to have to start stunning and changing up the blocking scheme, because right now it's heads up blocking, and they're able to get into their gaps. The offense is able to hold their gaps. The defensive line is not able to stop their gap. And they're running right up the A and the B gap.
And this time they're going to fake the handoff and roll to his right. Quarterback's going to keep it. He is met by number 3, Jerome Jones. Puts a good hit on him. And Craig able to stay up on his feet after that hit. But Jones made him feel his presence as he decided to keep it and try to pick up a few yards on the run.
And good job by Jones keeping his head up. That's one of those things that these kids learn is how to properly tackle, because back in our day, their head would have been down and that might have been a violent collision.
That's number 3, JB3, Jerome Jones.
He's on the
and
blitz.
This time, quarterback under pressure, and he is sacked. And we've had a few Golden Eagles on that play, led by number 22, DJ Washington. And what was that? Looked like Washington and Fitzpatrick in on the sack. But let's see that replay there on the sack. So that time able to get some penetration, and good job there just blowing that play up. Big guys getting back there and making a stop.
Yeah, and what you have to keep in mind, offensive line has been so used to going forward, Chris. Now when you have to all of a sudden go backwards, sometimes it messes up your footwork.
So quarterback going to roll out to the left. He's got a wide open man. He is tackled there, getting back close to that original line of scrimmage. So we do have a flag, looks like, on the play. Well, I don't see
I don't see the flag, but they huddling up like there is a flag. Yes,
So that will be a holding called against St. James, and that will bring up a decision here.
I would decline it, and they do.
And they're going to call a timeout here, and where they will decline that penalty to bring up 4th down.
So you got a 4th down. If you're St. James, considering the time on the clock, which is 59 seconds, Chris, I'm punting the ball and trying to play defense.
Absolutely. I think, you got to be satisfied with your performance if you're St. James here in this first half as we go under 1 minute left in the half. They're hanging with this Golden Eagle team, running the ball well, but backed in a hole here on 4th and long, and I think you're right, Drew. If I'm them, I just punt the ball deep and try to play defense. With that being said, as quick as this offense scores, hey, it's got to be a tough decision to put the ball willingly back into the hands of this explosive offense.
But if they could punt this ball inside the 10, now the offensive coordinator has to make a decision. And you're going to play it safe. You're going to run the ball the first couple of times to see if you can get some positive yardage before you start trying to air it out.
So it looks like they at least showed that they will bring the punter out and had a delay, slow kick last time. Let's see what they do this time as number 4, Daniel, is back deep for the Golden Eagles. Now, one thing you do not want to do if you're St. James is put the ball in number 4's hand. Big return here would be the momentum shift the Golden Eagles really would need, and it's going to be a good high punt. So Daniel's going to back up, and it takes a
Booker T bounce.
Booker T bounce, favorable bounce for the Golden Eagles. Still a good job of the Trojans pinning them inside of the 20-yard line. That's always the goal there on a punting situation. So didn't get them back as far as you thought they would, Drew, but good start here. Well, not the best field position for the Golden Eagles.
If I'm the Golden Eagles, I come out, I run the ball first time, see what kind of yardage I get. You maybe even run it again the second time to see what kind of yardage you get before we start passing the ball. It's good to say we again. But I mean this time.
And like I said, Drew, welcome back. We're going to welcome you with open arms, and before you leave, we might even switch that shirt you got on that's got an M on it. And once again, we're not going to talk too much about that.
Except we want you to come down to the game tomorrow, no matter who you're cheering for.
And
great case. Did he get his feet down?
Good pass and good catch. None other than Daniel on the reception for the first down for the Golden Eagles. So he will move the sticks and also get out of bounds.
And he does a good job getting that 1 foot down there, Chris. That's what you call a Saturday play.
Looks like they're going to say that's incomplete.
Oh, man.
So looks like he was on the far side. Looked good from here, but apparently he was out of bounds. So that'll bring up 2nd and 10. So Kit gonna go to the sideline and look for Minor. That's gonna be incomplete.
That ball might have been deflected at the line, Chris, because that came out like a duck.
Yeah, it did. I'm not sure if it was what altered the trajectory of that pass, but did not have the zip on it that it needed to get to the receiver on the outside.
Trips right. And rushed the ball straight up the middle, Chris. And I wish I had my binoculars so I could actually tell you what number that was, Chris.
Yeah, I was looking down, but I think that was Woods who scored the touchdown there on the last drive. Got that jersey rolled up, so makes it tough to see the numbers. But, hey, I can tell you one thing, these black uniforms that they are debuting for the first time tonight in school history, looking good out there.
Oh, wow. I'm a part of history, too. I get to call the game.
I'm not sure, Preston Robinson, our cameraman, might be able to tell us, not sure if it's the first time ever for the black jerseys, but certainly the first time this season, and he's correcting me and saying we have worn black in the past, but definitely the first time that we have come out with this look this season.
And you picked a good day to go black on black, Chris. A nice, cool October day. Great evening for football. I know we've had games where it's been blazing hot at 7 o'clock. We had the rain game a couple of weeks ago, so this is a perfect day for Golden Eagle football.
Yeah, you know, wearing that all black in that August or early September heat can sometime not be the best idea. So that's going to bring up 4th down, 31 seconds left, and that will bring back Bedgood to punt it back. So certainly not the position you want to be in here. It's going to be a high snap, but he's going to get it, and it'll get away a low punt. And hopefully we'll let as much time run off the clock as we can before we touch that ball. And it is down after a bad snap. Bedgood does get it off, but only for a few positive yards there, as the Trojans now have a decision and in a position to be aggressive. But certainly it's going to be dangerous putting the ball in the air if they try to do that against this dangerous secondary.
Well, nice, safe. I haven't seen a screen pass for them. Don't know if they have that in their playbook, but this would be a perfect time to call a screen pass right here. They look like they're going right back to that single back formation.
And Coach Ware will keep it conservative, handing the ball off, and tough yards there as the clock ticks. Let's see if they will call timeout or they're just letting they do. So, you know, they might be trying to set up a field goal here as they get inside the 30-yard line. But 8 seconds left. Let's see what they do. And it looks like the kicker might be coming out here to attempt a long field goal.
And don't forget about our BCSN Homecoming Parade on Thursday, October 9th at 4 o'clock p.m.
Let's see. They're over there strategizing, and the coaches are over there arguing for a couple more seconds because I think he called that timeout with about 10 on the clock, but it got down to 8 before our clock operator was able to push the button. That's what you call a home clock, Chris.
Hey, I have no comment on that one, but certainly not a lot of time. And they do adjust it here, so they will put the 3 seconds back on the clock here. 11 seconds to go, so we will see if that changes the decision by Coach Ware to go ahead and kick the field goal here.
Well, that gives you 2 plays. I believe they're out of timeouts, but that gives you 2 plays if you can get the first down and clock it, or throw a sideline pass and get it out of bounds. But if you keep it on the ground, this is it. They are.
It looks like they are lining up for the field goal. So that's going to bring out the young man, number 9, Dylan Hines.
Watch the fake here, Chris. It's a little bit of time.
Here on 2nd down, and
I don't know if they've got 7 on the line.
And a long field goal is up. He has the distance, but it is good. So good kick. He had a few more yards of distance there.
He had another 10 yards.
About a 40.
That was spotted at the 35-yard line, so that's a 45-yard field goal, Chris.
So, hey, great kick, and he might have been good from 55 there. And as they will get points on the board here.
That kid can kick on Saturdays, too.
4 seconds remaining on the game.
So that just shows you, you know, while we're celebrating extra points and short field goals, we've got a lot of long ways to go. We've developed to be able to do something like that. But good job there by the Trojans to get some points on the board. 4 seconds still left on the clock before halftime, as before we prepare you to hear from none other than the Marching Aristocrat Band. Band been doing a great job along with our BTW cheerleaders, and let's get our cameraman to highlight our cheerleaders here. They don't get enough shine here sometimes on the broadcast, but great job from these cheerleaders, from this band. You know, it's a great environment out here tonight for the blackout.
I did wear the right color, Chris. Just
again, we're not gonna talk about that shirt. It is an East Side Golf shirt, so hey, shout out to Osei Hill. He's got a lot to do with that great company.
Put it in my hand himself.
And they're going to recover that kick. So
can't advance it, though.
Can't advance it, but they will get the ball, and they're going to give them another 15 yards. So you can expect, if there is time on the clock.
Well, there's going to be an untimed down.
So that is exactly what you don't want to happen there, giving the Trojans another opportunity to put points on the board after they recover the onside kick. and you're going to give them a free 15, which we know now is well into the range of this kicker.
Poor focus followed by poor discipline is not a good recipe. We've got to do better. I know we are a better team than that. Sometimes we just let our heads get to ourselves there, Chris.
Yep, and I think part of it is, we know we can't advance on the kick, but certainly they saw a man with the ball, and sometimes it's hard to hear that whistle out there. But nevertheless, that will give the Trojans a chance to put some points on the board here.
16-yard line. Yes, it's going to spot it on the 16-yard line.
So a huge break here for the Trojans.
It's going to be about a 32-yarder. Actually, officially, it's going to be a 33 where he's lining the tee up at, Chris. There's one on time down. They put a second back up, but they would have had this no matter what.
So once again, Dylan Hines will come out to attempt another field goal for the Trojans. And good snap. And this time the kick once again is good. So 6 quick points within about a 30-second time span.
Exactly.
We see 2 field goals. So little momentum for the Trojans going into the locker room. Golden Eagles need to pick their heads up because they do still have the lead here in the ball game, but they gave away 3 right there.
Yeah, I hope that does not come back to haunt them. So Golden Eagles need to go in. They need to regroup. They need to make sure that they stay with the focus and figure out how the defensive line can get some type of penetration. So with that, Chris, go ahead and take us out.
So at the half, this is Chris Lee joined by A.D. Drew. We got Preston Robinson, Kim Wright, Roy Evans, and 3 Lee in the booth tonight. And we are looking forward to a halftime performance. We're going to hear first from this St. James band as they're preparing to roll their instruments on the field, as some bands do. And next we will hear from the Marching Aristocrats. But we're going to take a break here for halftime. Your score at the half, 7-6. Golden Eagles lead it. And we'll be back soon for second half action, live from Tuskegee, Alabama.
High school and middle school principal, Dr.
I like how you said it. And some bands I caught it.
The St. James Marching Trojans thank our hosts at Booker T. Washington High School for your hospitality. In our show tonight, Ghost, Sleeping in Silence. Then we tour Ghost Town by the Specials. We close our show with a medley from Lord Huron and Pink Floyd, The Night We Met, and Great Gig in the Sky. Drum majors, Deb Green and Nathaniel Sherlock. Is your band ready? And now, the St. James Marching Trojans are proud to present our 2025 program, Ghost.
Is showtime. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Macon County Board of Education, Superintendent Melissa Williams, and Principal Rodney Bright, and to all the Booker T. Washington family, we bring you the sounds of the electrifying, magnifying sounds of the marching of Christopher. The band is under the direction of the small in stature but mighty in power, Mrs. Lydia Joy, with Assistant Director Mr. Anthony White. Please make some noise for our march to Christ, ladies and gentlemen. The band will be playing selections of Poison by Bell, ABC Banking by Wendy Spears, and No Key by Jericho. Our band is under the direction of Mrs. Cornisha Walsh, and our astonishing visitors are directed by Mrs. Anisha and
right, we are back live here from Edward Bernie Patrick Stadium. We just saw some great performances by two good bands. The Marching Aristocrats did not disappoint, and great job here as they enter back into the stands. But here, while we got a couple minutes, let's remind everybody, Coach Drew, about the big game in Crampton Bowl tomorrow, Tuskegee Morehouse Classic. For the first time, we're seeing it played in Montgomery.
Yes. The granddaddy of them all, the oldest HBCU Classic, started in 1936, Chris. And do you know there's only been a couple of games that have ran longer than the Tuskegee Morehouse Classic? Some of those bowls are called like the Rose Bowl.
Wow.
The Orange Bowl. Mm-hmm. Those are some of the few classics that are bowl type games that have run longer than our beloved HBCU class. And of course, these teams have been playing since I believe it's 1906. I just had to do the research for my article that I had to put out. But obviously, we know Tuskegee owns the series. 70, I think it's like.
It's not even close. I know that.
It's like 74, 30 to 8 and 8. With 8 ties.
Of course, we're used to seeing this game played in Columbus, so
many years.
It will be interesting with the change of scenery. Montgomery Mayor Stephen Reed, of course, a Morehouse graduate, so I know he is glad to have the game in the capital city tomorrow. But, you know, sometimes things change. We've seen the game playing in Birmingham as well here recently, but wherever it's played, you know the fans are going to be there, and it's going to be heated rivalry, as you said, one of the rivalries that dates back the furthest in HBCU history.
Yeah, and I want to shout out to Mayor Reed with the events they've had thus far today revolving around the Classic. They've done a great job down there in the city of Montgomery. They do a great job hosting events down there. And, you know, with Tuskegee being right up the road, Chris, hopefully you guys are here in your city now, since you're the top dog, would get a chance to benefit for some of the things that they do down there in Montgomery, Chris.
Absolutely, and I'm looking forward to working with Mayor Reed. Of course, you know, he's been someone that has been in that seat for a while now, so a lot to learn from him and the success they've had in Montgomery. And we're looking to get some momentum going here in Tuskegee, as you said, on all fronts. So certainly looking forward to these next 4 years serving as mayor of the city of Tuskegee. It is a great honor, and I think this is my first time officially having the chance to thank all of our listeners for coming out to vote on September 23rd. We didn't make this political leading up to this, and you know, I kept it straight because this is what I love to do, bring you this Golden Eagle football. But I do want to take the chance to thank everyone who came out to vote for the next new era beginning here in Tuskegee, Drew.
All right, now we got all the political stuff, man. We got to get back to this gridiron, my brother.
Well, before we do that, Drew, I do want to take the moment to pause before we start the second half. We want to dedicate this second half to one of our faithful listeners who is not here listening tonight. He listens every week, and that's Mr. Napoleon Thomas, who passed away this morning. So, you know, I know that might be some news to some of the listeners. Mr. Thomas was definitely a good friend, a mentor. He talked to me every step along the way of the campaign. Faithful member at Mount Olive. So we're certainly missing Mr. Napoleon Thomas tonight. He would usually call me and give me some commentary. We're going to dedicate the second half of this ball game to him. And here we go with the kickoff. Golden Eagles will kick it off. And that's going to be taken by number 23, Mikael Delbridge, the freshman, looks like, for St. James. So
St. James with great starting field position around just shy of midfield at the 45-yard line there, Chris. And before we get started with this series, got to send a shout-out to my other co-worker from back in the Parks and Rec days. Coach Jones gave me a call at halftime.
Yay.
Yay.
Coach Jones, thank you for listening.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, let's see what kind of adjustments that the Golden Eagles were able to make. Watch the nose. Looks like he's lined up over the ball. No flag on the play.
And they're going to hand it off here, and they're going to stop him in the backfield. And good job. So hopefully the Golden Eagles will have figured it out, stopping this run coming out of the locker room. And While we're giving shout-outs, I got to give a shout-out to Miss Paula Crawford. Her husband, Shag, was one of our faithful listeners for some time, and I would send him the link, and he would listen to it. So want to give a shout-out and also dedicate, this ball game to him. And thanks for tuning in, everybody who listens every week. But, we definitely want to give a shout-out to those who have passed on. Second down, and they're going to look to throw. So Trojans coming out, throwing the ball. Good play there. Hit out of bounds close to the sideline. Number 4, Daniel, letting them feel him and letting them know about it after that hit.
And defense is doing a good job. That's last couple of times they slanted to the left and was able to get penetration. And that's the one key thing, Chris. They're not going heads up. They're staying in the gaps, clogging up the gaps, and allowing them to get the pressure that they need on the side. And speaking of Shag Crawford, a lot of these kids also play with THA and Shag would pick them up.
Almost all of these guys had a special relationship, and they were there for the service and had a lot of respect for Mr. Ronald Crawford. And there we go, third down. Big run. And that will bring up fourth down. Only got a couple yards there, so we will see. It looks like the punting team will come on for the Trojans, so they will at least appear to keep it conservative here right around the midfield point and kick the ball, punt it on 4th and 5.
Will they kick to him, Chris?
Hey, I've seen the leg from this punter. Certainly not on purpose, I don't think so. Because if you put the ball in his hand, and we'll see, he's going to get a chance. No, it's going to be a high kick, and Daniel's going to let it bounce.
And this time it takes a St. James bounce.
So good kick by the Trojans to pin the Golden Eagles inside the 20, actually right around the 10-yard line. Might be inside of the 10 here to start this drive, and got a lot of field to go, but certainly this offense is capable of getting down the field.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Now, we saw the changes that they made defensively in the locker room, Chris. Now let's see what kind of offensive adjustments they were able to make as they picked up on from the coaches' booths, and they were able to get them down from the coordinators down to the sidelines.
So Kit will take the snap. He'll fake the handoff to Woods. He's going to throw the screen pass out to Daniel in the slot. So getting the ball to the big playmaker early and often, hopefully, here will be the game plan in the second half. But I like Coach Austin coming out right out the gate and giving Daniel a chance to get the ball on a short pass and make something happen there. Didn't get too many that time, but he's dangerous, as we know. Second down, the handoff this time is to Woods. So Woods will fight through the middle for a couple yards. We saw him with the explosive lone touchdown so far for the Golden Eagles.
I just have something to say.
We have our commentator, 3 Lee, wants to say something. We'll give you a chance in a second, son, but we're going to focus on this drive right now as Kit will have his receivers spread out. And once again, going to give it to Daniel on the outside. Daniel puts a move on. He's going to break free. Daniel hits the sideline, and it's going to be tough to catch that young man, and he will not. Marquez Daniel on the touchdown play, and that is what the people want to see as Marquez Daniel goes about 80-plus yards there, close to 90 on that reception. And when you give that kid the ball in space, he does the same thing he's been doing his whole life with it. 80, Drew.
Well, once he turned that corner and it was a foot race, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to put my money on Daniel.
So the Florida commit makes the second touchdown of the night for the Golden Eagles. Screen pass to the left side. He takes it almost 90 yards down the sideline. So that will be a great play for his stat sheet.
One last look at it. Great made a miss. And then once it gets down there, it was over. And Chris, while we were watching the replay, the kick was good on the PAT, leaving our Golden Eagles up with the score of 14-6 with 8:55 remaining in the third quarter. And Chris, I've been picking up on something. And you know, I was in this community for a long time. But when you start hearing things like Florida, LSU, Auburn, Alabama, those
Hey, Alabama State, Tuskegee.
Yeah.
We've got so many players right now that are getting that opportunity.
And there was a period of time where you did not hear those schools being called out for these young men here at Booker T. Washington High School. The fact that and you and I both know, we've always had that talent. Now, everybody else is recognizing that we have the talent in this area. Macon County, if you can make it in Macon County, you can make it anywhere, Chris.
Absolutely, and it's just going to only bring more exposure for that talent you talked about that is here. And, you know, I think it opened a lot of eyes a couple years ago when Nick Saban was walking through the halls of Booker T. Washington High School, and at the time they were recruiting Mr. Joe Phillips, who decided to go to Auburn. But, you know, it's been no secret the talent has been here, and now the world is finding out about the great talent we have here in Macon County.
And I would say something about that talent after this kickoff, Chris.
And here's the return. He will spring out and cross the 30 to about the 33, 34-yard line where the drive will start for the Trojans. But
and if you want to see some talent tomorrow that was homegrown here, come down to Crabtree Bowl and watch E.J. Hall tomorrow. Now, I'm going to be selfish. E.J. Hall, Michael King, two kids who came up through the program,
absolutely.
Chris. I need them to do good individually, but I'm not going to say the other half. I'm not going to say the other half.
Before you do,
I'm not going to say the other half.
We begin, first and 10 for the Trojans.
See, I caught
Hall
myself.
been extremely explosive piece to this offense after transferring from Troy to the Golden Tigers. But first down, they're going to hand it off, and that play is stuffed. And you said it, Drew. There was an adjustment made in the half. Trojans doing the same thing, at least trying to. They did in the first half, but to no avail so far here in the second half.
And if you notice, and it's kind of hard to see from this angle, but the tackles have gotten a little bit wider than they were in the first half, kind of giving up the middle, but getting into that B gap and that C gap, which is where they was getting killed at earlier in the day, Chris.
And that makes a big difference. Good adjustment for the Golden Eagles. Let's continue to stop this run here. Second and long, and quarterback going to roll out to his left, looking for, and he is stopped. None other Jones, and we can spot him out by that green towel that he has out there and mouthpiece. But JB3, as they call the young man, another good play there. And he might be one of those ones that starts getting some of those looks with the way he has played this season. So good job there, stopping that pass out of the backfield. And I think, you know, once we start stopping that run, we're going to force the Trojans to throw the ball more, which should go in our favor. And they're going to drop back once again. Here comes the pressure. Washington puts the pressure on. Screen pass, dumps it off. Good block there, and we have a flag, so might be coming back.
That's in the area of holding there, Chris. But that play call right there, when you have a defensive line that's getting good penetration, that is the perfect play call to slow them down, is a screen pass. Too bad somebody apparently didn't hold their block quite right and had to grab a fistful of jersey.
So looks like that play looked like a good one, was sprung by, looks like a hold here. We will wait for that official call as they will prepare to march. Okay. That is going to be an eligible receiver downfield. So no hold, but one of those big guys got a little too far downfield.
Now, I've got a question about that call. In high school, if you throw the ball behind the line, those linemen can get down the field. So what they were saying by throwing that flag is that that ball was actually caught in front of the line.
So good analysis there.
Got to remember your Saturday rules from your Friday night rules, everybody.
And it's hard to keep up sometime with some of these changes in high school football, but that is certainly one difference. And that'll bring up a punting situation for the Trojans.
Ooh, that's off the side of his foot. Watch out in the stands on that one, everybody.
So that ball does not even reach the original line of scrimmage. So that will be a great starting position here for the Golden Eagles, and Hines is not happy with that punt.
Chris, I'm a gambler. I'm not gonna tell you where I go. But this is the perfect time to go play action and throw a jump ball down to number 4.
Hey, let's see if the call by Coach A.D. Drew comes to fruition here, as Kit will come out on the 34-yard line here. Great field position to start this drive for the senior quarterback. And he will drop back, and he looks like he's going to go deep. And overthrows. You called it, Drew.
I called it.
You called the play.
So too bad y'all don't have lottery here in the state of Alabama, so I think I'm going to have to go hit some of those machines down in the Gump.
Well, hey, great call there, but ball was overthrown, and there were 2 defenders in the area. But one thing we have seen about Marquez Daniel, usually that does not matter when the ball is thrown anywhere near him where he can catch it.
Throw it there 4. I'm taking my chances.
And this time they're going to hand it off to Woods. Woods going to fight, and he's going to reverse field, and looks like he will end up losing some yards. So tried to elude a tackle and ended up losing some, reversing field. And we've seen him do that a few times this season. And can't be too mad at it because we've seen him break a few of those, but certainly probably wishes he could have just gone down and saved a few that time.
Yeah, he probably lost about 10 yards after he broke the tackle and tried to get around that right corner there. Brings up a 3rd and forever right here on this play, Chris.
So we have Daniel in motion this time, lining up to the left side in the slot. You got to keep an eye on him, and
somebody had to snap count wrong.
False start as several of the Golden Eagles took off before the ball was snapped. So a little anxious to get that play going. Daniel looked like he was ready to get in his stride going down the field. Ball might have been intended for him on that play, but nevertheless, that will back the Golden Eagles up 5 yards here.
That actually looks like, Chris, and I've seen this happen, everybody had the snap count but the man hiking the ball.
So after that, it is a 3rd and forever here. Now you got to think this time, let's try to take a good shot, and Daniel will look like he was open for a second, but Kit finds number 13, Price there, Jalen Price, the junior, looking to get something going, was a key component to this offense last season, and he's made some big catches as well this season. And that was a good one that time, getting him the ball, but that will bring up still a 4th and long here, as Bedgood will come out to punt for the Golden Eagles.
This one, just angle the ball towards the corner, get a roll, let them athletes get down there and down the ball before it rolls across that line with the G in front of it. Good job. He got it up. See if it takes a Booker T bounce. It does.
Great bounce
now.
Great job, and that's one thing as the Golden Eagles going to try to.
I don't know who that was, but that was funny.
We got some wind out here tonight for sure, and they tried to create a little more wind for that ball to go back, but you got to give the punter, Micah Bedgood, a lot of credit. Even sometimes when those punts don't look like the best, he does a good job of getting a good bounce going the direction they needed to on that kick. So good punt, and hey, this St. James offense will have their work cut out for them starting at about the 10-yard line.
Look on the stat sheet, it checks the column inside the 20.
That's right.
That's all that matters. Hey, we don't care how it got there when you look at the stat sheet in the morning.
First down for the Trojans. Craig going to be under center again. He's going to hand it off. Trap play. That looks like number 30 again, Miles Zukowski. So he will get a few yards there, tough yards on first down. They're going to stick to that bread and butter, especially backed up here against the end zone, and they're deep in their own territory. We've seen some negative plays as they tried to drop back and pass as that pressure has come. But they will pick up a few on first down on the inside run.
Looks like we've got about a 2nd and 6 here, Chris. Double wing formation.
Handoff again. He is met by a host of Golden Eagles.
And once again, the Golden Eagles defense, the defensive line is doing a good job plugging up the gaps, getting the penetration.
Yeah, good job by number 11, Cameron Cole, getting back there from that linebacker position, putting a hit on it, and his teammates came in after as well. But Cole makes the initial contact there on that tackle in the backfield.
Now it's third down. St. James offense is behind the chains, Chris. Let's see what kind of play call they have for that. Inside trap. Great job by the defense. Middle linebacker stayed home. Knew he had space. All he had to do was make that first contact and just hold him up long enough for his teammates to come and clean up the play, Chris.
And that will bring up fourth down as the fists go up. And, hey, that BTW defense looks fired up, and that's the spark that we want to see from them coming out here this second half and doing a much better job containing that run game for the Trojan offense. And that's going to bring Daniel back deep. So he will have some field on his side this time and more room to work with. If they put the ball in his hands, we can expect some explosion here. And
good kick.
That ball's going to take a bounce. He's going to smartly get away from it and takes a good bounce down at about the 35-yard line. So that's where the drive will start. 14-6 your score. Chris Lee and Coach A.D. Drew here live on a Friday night, a crisp, cool Friday night. It's finally starting to feel like football season here in Tuskegee.
Yeah, and unfortunately, since I didn't know I was coming down here to help you out on this broadcast, I didn't bring my sleeves with me, my brother. But we gonna thug through this one.
Hey, we're gonna make it. Hey, I will take this any day. It gets the blood flowing.
As long as we get the dub, I'll suffer through it.
And we, had to make a substitution tonight. Our usual broadcast partner here, my brother Alfonso Lee, is on official duty with the Golden Tigers tonight as they prepare once again for the Classic tomorrow against Morehouse. But we've got a good replacement, and glad you can join us once again. Want to shout out to Al Lee and everybody else listening tonight live. Golden Eagle football, we are glad to bring it to you. This is Chris Lee, Preston Robinson, Kim Wright, Roy Evans on our production team. We want to always shout them out because we cannot do it without them.
I don't know what happened, Chris, but they moved the ball back 10 yards. There was a penalty. I did not see what the flag was in the signal.
So it looks like I was a little too busy running my mouth. We missed that, but first down handoff. Was that Purter on the carry? It looks like that was Woods again on the carry, actually. So he will get a few positive yards there. And, Woods, he slips his way. Sometimes doesn't look like a crease is there, but he can make his way, through the crevices, the tiniest crack. And they're going to give it again to Daniel on that same inside screen. This time he is met and hit hard. So Trojans going to make Daniel feel the presence there as he does not get away from the defenders as he did on that long touchdown run we saw a couple drives back.
Third down, you're behind the sticks. Maybe a little half roll, especially out here to this wide side, Chris.
So Kit will take it, and he's going to roll out to that side. And
almost had it.
Has his man Price. Can't quite get to it. That ball did have some zip on it, and Price couldn't get back to it. He had some separation to make a play, but that's going to bring up fourth down and the punter once again for the Golden Eagles.
If you think about it, Chris, neither one of these teams this half has really done anything. I mean, Booker T had the one big explosive play for 90 yards, but that's really been the offense in this third quarter, Chris.
Yeah, you're right. And, the bright spot has been we've done a little bit better job stopping that run, I can certainly say. But, we want to see some points put on the board. We certainly are the favorite tonight, but Trojans have come in hungry as Bedgood will get that punt off and, hey, gets another good punt. This time the bounce not as good, but, hey, once again, on the final bounce, and that punt coverage team having some fun out there, but punter does his job, kicks it over the coverage. So
do they have a designated flopper? That looks like J.D. Henderson, who's the designated flopper on that play right there, Chris.
I did not catch if that was J.D.
Is that 16?
Number 16 there.
That looked like 16. I can't see this. Yeah, that's 16.
So J.D. having some fun on the punt coverage, but Bedgood doing a good job once again, putting that little spin on it to get those few extra yards after the ball makes contact with the ground. So Trojans will start this drive once again under center. The quarterback, Mason Craig, the senior, will be under center. He'll have two backs behind him, and they're going to give it again to Zukowski. But once again, that defense is right there.
Yeah. Now, the way the defense is slanting, they're slanting to the strong side. The only thing that's bad about that, Chris, is they are leaving their backside open right now. They are open to their trap or their counter back to the opposite side.
And that looked like number 55, Cameron Brown there, that was able to get back there. It's been kind of tough to read these numbers. Of course, the black jerseys, purple numbers, but a lot of guys got them rolled up tonight. But we're going to do our best to give those Golden Eagles credit as they make big plays. And this time it's DJ Washington. It looked like the ball might have come out at the end, but
what did I just say, Chris? Where were they leaving it open at?
You
the
called
weak
it.
Side, the weak side because they're stacking to the strong side on the defensive front. Great spot for Booker T.
Yeah, definitely looks a little favorable on that spot, but they're going to call it their third and what about three?
I say short two.
Short two here. Is they're going to keep it in tight. Trojans, he's going to roll out, and we've got the screen once again. Well, that man comes out of the backfield, that running back. You got to count from him when he rolls out like that. And he's been looking for that running back almost every time in that situation. So Golden Eagles going to have to account for that man when he comes out of the backfield.
Yeah, once again, run. Linebackers get their eyes trained on looking in the backfield. That man slipping out is going to be open. And that's the end of the third quarter, Chris.
So, hey, that quarter went by fast. I don't know if it was just me, but third quarter ends. Your score from Friday night here, Bernie Patrick Stadium, 14-6. Golden Eagles lead it going into the fourth quarter as the Marching Aristocrats entertain this home crowd. Great crowd here tonight on the home side, and a lot of fans buying into that blackout theme, as you can see. And once again, you know, we just do a good job supporting our team at home and on the road. I've been very proud of this fan base. We traveled out a couple hours and went to Bowden, Georgia last week, only to have play suspended by some lightning and bad weather. But shout out to all the fans who made that trip, and we were looking forward to bringing you that game, but it just did not happen as we had adverse weather conditions. But great night for football tonight.
Number one, Chris, you can't fight God. When he say it's gonna rain, it's gonna rain.
That's right.
You can't fight that. But number two, I mean, this is just a great feeling, great atmosphere to see these fans out here supporting their kids. And as I was walking through the stands on my way up here, you know, people who don't even have their kids here anymore at Booker T. You know, some of them grandparents, some of them just fans of Tuskegee and Booker T football.
That's right, and once again, it's glad to have you back here. Did a lot of good work while you were here, and we're going to pick up and continue to pick up from that foundation that was built back in those days. But, hey, first down and 10, they're going to hand it off inside. So they will pick up where they left off running the ball. That's going to be number 6, Grant Phillips. He's been one of the favorite ball carriers, tackled by number 50 that time for the Golden Eagles. That's going to be Kendrick there. on the big stop for the Golden Eagles.
And Kendrick did a great job just staying at home, not falling for the counter play right there. Make sure he had backside contained.
So great job. The D-line is playing good tonight and going to continue that. Here we go. Handoff to number 6. Once again, he will drag that power with him. Phillips will get close to the sticks. We will see where they spot it.
And great job by Phillips keeping his legs moving right there. And also a great job by the defense, once again, gang tackling.
And we've got a score, not sure where they are in the ball game, but Tallahassee leading Cleveland County 9-6 from Hot O'Brien Stadium. So it looks like the third quarter. Don't have a exact time, but Tallahassee look like they have their hands full with the Tigers tonight at home. And I believe it might be homecoming. Third down. And
it looks like depend on the spot, but I think he got it.
It's going to be close. And
yeah, we got the ref saying move those chains.
So he will move the chains, and Trojans, as that clock ticks, one thing about it, when you depend on that run game heavy, obviously only down one score here, a lot of time left. Okay. You know, you're going to tick those seconds off the clock, which is in favor right now with the flow of the game to the Golden Eagles. But a lot of time left in this football game. We're going to have to play some defense here as the Trojans get another first down. And they will pass it this time.
Great
Jones is on
play.
the play once again. How many times have we called that young man's name tonight? That's going to be Jerome Jones with the big hit to prevent the completion there.
What you saw right there, Chris, is what we call closing speed. That ball was in the air, and the defender saw where the ball was going and put the Astro button. He pushed the B button.
That's right.
You remember the B button?
Come on now, I know.
He pushed the B button and was able to get there and make the hit.
Great play there. Talented secondary. A lot of guys haven't been challenged tonight with as much running as St. James has done, but here's the penetration that time, and that's going to be brought down in the backfield. Looks like DJ Washington is the one who will be credited for that one, but great penetration all around for this defense. That D-line is coming, and they're showing their dominance with their advantage in size and speed and athleticism here, really showing it this second half.
Now, third down, double sticks right here. Golden Eagles can drop back. They can put some pressure and go. Man, if it's me, I'm zoning up. Let my front four do what they've been doing.
And here we go. Passing situation here. His quarterback rolls to his left, and he will do the smart thing, run out of bounds, and Coleman will do the smart thing as well. Cole, rather, will do the smart thing as well. And I know he was tempted to put a hit on him as he went to the sidelines, but good discipline shown there as he just chases the man out of bounds.
And not as much space on the sideline as it was when I used to be here, because we got this little black thing with these numbers and lines around here called the track now that we didn't have when I was here in the community. Once again, great investment by Macon County Board of Education, making sure that they finally got that track completed here.
Absolutely.
At the high school.
And we've seen some success in track as well, and that's another one of those programs that has been key. Tuskegee Parks and Rec, as we have a punt here on fourth down, and gets away a good one.
Good punt.
And that's not going to be returnable, but it does take a nice BTW bounce that is finally down outside of the 20-yard line. So great punt, but Golden Eagles caught a good break there on the bounce as they will start this drive on the good side of the 20-yard line.
Golden Eagles only up by one score right now. A touchdown and a two-point conversion by St. James would actually tie the game up. So right now, Booker T has two jobs on this drive, Chris. A, eat clock. B, get at least three out of this drive, Chris. Three right here with the way St. James plays their offense will almost seal the game. She can go ahead and start gargling before she sings.
Well, you know, we talk about that kicking game, but I'm going to need 6 right here. And good play to hand it off to Daniel. Daniel's going to get the ball with some space, and he runs over a man. Good play call there. That is the creativity that a lot of people have been looking for, to just get the ball in number 4's hands as much as possible, and he's able, when he gets the ball, to make something happen, as you see right there on that end-around play.
I don't know the number 4. And White also did a good job holding on for his life, because he grabbed shoelace, and everything he could to bring Daniel down on that play.
So they're going to move quick, and second down handoff. Looks like the Woods there who will get it. So Daniel, of course, the Florida commit, as we talked about it, Gators having some trouble this year, but he's been able to step up and even had to come in and play quarterback on instance this season. But he's a young man that will do whatever he needs to do to help his team win, and certainly looking forward to him and
ball's on the ground.
Ball on the ground, but good job, good awareness by Purder to pick it up, and he's going to try to make something out of nothing, and he does.
Be close to the first down, y'all. It's going to depend on this spot.
What a play by Purder, having the awareness to pick up the ball. That's just one of those instinctual things you can't teach. And a lot of times in a situation like that, you say, well, fall on the ball and live to see another down, but actually he's able to pick it up and bring some guys forward with him to move those chains.
Hey, that's a great job. Great instinct, and then that's all individual play. You know, he was doing boots on the ground out there trying to get to that first down marker, Chris.
Hey, he got there too. And first down for the Golden Eagles. They're going to give it back to him on first down, and Purder going to push his way for a good run on first down. Gained about 5 or 6 there.
And it's great when you have an offense like this, when you can have a 1-2 punch in the backfield. When one gets a little worn down, you bring somebody else in, let the next person get their carries. When he gets a little worn down, then you keep bringing. You always have fresh back there. That's a great way to run your offense.
And like you said, they're going to try to use as much clock as they can, but they will keep it moving and take a shot right here. We got Ray Minor wide open, and Ray Minor, welcome back. Ray Minor, touchdown, Golden Eagles. What a pass, what a route as Minor creates the separation. We've got fireworks once again, and Minor having his welcome back party tonight after missing a couple games. But good touchdown from the senior as he will walk his way in the end zone on that one. We'll look at that.
And as we take a look at that, the corner got caught looking into the backfield. He fell for the play action, and it's like, oh crap, I got one behind me.
Great ball that time by Kit. He put it right where it needed to be.
With somebody that wide open, you just got to put it up there enough. Just let him run up under it. Don't try to do too much.
So as we come under 7 minutes to go, extra point is going to be blocked into the hands of the kicker. Very good. So Golden Eagles did not convert there on the point after, but they do lead it 20-6 here in the fourth quarter.
Under 7 minutes to play. You're up 2 scores, Chris. Now you're on defense. Don't let anybody behind you. Safeties, do not. This is not the time to be aggressive. Safeties, do your job. Keep everybody in front of you. Deep is the deepest. You still want your defensive line getting as much pressure as possible. And now you know they have to throw the ball.
That's right.
You got to make sure that somebody, linebacker, safety, somebody is covering that guy in the flat that's been open all stinking night, Chris.
So Golden Eagles have the Trojans right where they want them, and we've seen when teams have been in obvious passing situation, this secondary really step up and shine. Yeah. Haven't gotten a lot of opportunities to make plays on the ball tonight, but certainly should get that. As you alluded to, Drew, they will be forced to pass essentially here, down 2 scores. Still a lot of time left, so not quite desperation time, but it definitely feels like a must-score situation if the Trojans want a chance to stay in this ball game. So as we line up for the kickoff, we've seen a little trickery this season, but certainly wouldn't expect that here. I'd expect the Golden Eagles to try to pin them deep as far as they can and
Gotta go
come out and play some defense. And yeah, we've seen before Woods and very good alternate and kind of leave the return team guessing, and that's going to be bobbled, but picked up by the return man. He's going to cut it back across the middle, and what a hit by number 1 Purifoy, and he came with it that time. Alabama State Hornets are getting the dog in number 1 coming next year.
You know what we used to call that back in my day, Chris? That's what you call a snot bubble hit. Where you get hit so hard, just a little snot bubble comes up out your nose, man. That's one of those hits. Clean, and good and clean.
And the young man they call Tick lays the boom on that hit. What a play from the senior.
And now, thanks to the aristocrats, everybody's getting into it as you hear the "Hey, let's go" chant going on.
They've certainly been bringing the energy all night, and we've got a flag here.
And this may be against the band. No. 12 legal substitution for St. James. They tried to figure it out. They had to bring an extra man out. They got to remember, we are not in Canada. We are in America. You only play with 11.
And we can count, and certainly those officials not letting them get by with that. They might need another man out there the way this second half has been going for them, but that's going to back them up further on first down. So here we go.
Wait a minute. What's this formation, Chris?
For the first time, we have a spread and a shotgun. So this is where it gets a little dangerous for St. James as they're forced to put the ball in the air, but hey, they come out with it in a completion. So they will get back past that original line of scrimmage there. So I think that is the first time we have seen that all night from this Trojan offense.
The center didn't know what to do. This is the first time he didn't feel somebody's head on his butt all night long, if you're St. James.
All right. Second down.
They come out in the spread once again. Trips right.
Quarterback rolls to the right, and I think he felt those footsteps from Jones coming at him, but incomplete pass there. So, hey, I'm surprised. I guess, Coach Ware has been playing it conservative. He knows how dangerous this secondary is well. So I think you really have to limit those opportunities for interceptions and big plays. Been choosing to run the ball most of the night, but as we approach 6 minutes here left in the football game, down by 2 scores, Trojans going to have to get something going in the air if they're going to get something going at all here.
Trips right, single back to the right of the quarterback.
He will drop back, and he is sacked. DJ Washington been all in the backfield tonight. So the big freshman who we've seen playing running back and also defensive line this season. And, for a freshman, he's going to be one of those names to look out for who should be getting some big offers, potentially on both sides of the ball. Have seen his role limited at running back here the last few weeks, but he's been doing a great job coming off that end on the defensive line.
I need Quez to go ahead and just put this one, take this one to the house. Go ahead and seal this game.
So they will punt it, and it's going to take a bounce as that ball is down at about the 41-yard line. So this is now a situation, run the ball, kill that clock. But, hey, we've seen Coach Austin in these situations really like to put the nail in the coffin, as we saw a long pass last drive as well. So,
but you have to set it up, and that touchdown by Minor was set up on the run, and get them sucked in the same way that they were doing us with the pass on the flat. So right now, if you're Booker T, it's RPO, and I'm emphasizing the R in the RPO.
That's right. Run pass option has been a big part of football here lately, and they're going to hand it off. This time to Woods. Woods going to lower his shoulder and put everything he's got. You know, he might not be too much over 150 if I'm giving him that, but he runs with some power and speed
to get back to the line of scrimmage.
That's right.
Oh, they give him one.
So one thing about it, that clock will continue to run, and they will look to use as much. And looks like Daniel will take off a little early on that play. And that's going to be a false start for the Golden Eagles. So that will stop the clock and back this offense up about 5 yards. Well, exactly 5 yards there.
4:25 remaining here in the ball game, Chris. I mean, I hate to say it, ball should not go in the air again if you're in the black and gold.
Hey, don't forget that purple. Don't forget that purple.
Should I say the purple and gold with the black?
We got these black jerseys on, but hey, that purple outline is still there, and they're going to give it to Woods, and Woods is going to do the rest. Great run to pick up the first down, and he has certainly been the feature back tonight. He scored one time on the ground, and exciting, explosive player there for number 24 on this Golden Eagle offense.
The only bad thing about that is he stepped out of bounds, but they I guess they're going to say he was stopped in bounds because the referee just wound the clock. So whether he was supposed to or not, we going to take it right now, Chris.
Yeah, we will see about that. But, yeah, that clock is continuing to run. And this time the handoff to Purder. Good downhill run by Purder.
And that's what you're going to do. North-south, Chris. North-south. No east-west right now.
And the key thing, that clock will continue to run and limit the possibility of Trojans coming back and scoring 2 touchdowns. I wouldn't even want to give them the ball back if I could help it here.
And snap the ball under 5. We're at 13 right now on the play clock. And that's what they do, snap it at 5.
They will hand the ball off to Purder. Purder going to go out. He's going to do a good job staying in bounds and stay on the sidelines.
They're going to say
he stepped out. So show some good footwork, tight roping that sideline, but looks like his toe, if he worn a shoe size lower, he might could have stayed in bounds, but gets out of there. Nevertheless, good first down run, but that will stop the clock here for this offense.
But the great thing is we're getting positive yardage. We're going north and south, and we do this a couple more times, we'll hit pay dirt, Chris.
And that marching aristocrat bands, I'm so glad I go to Booker T, and that's going to be a pass. And you said with the ball shouldn't go in the air. They're going to put it in Daniel's hand here late in the game, but he does stay in bounds on the short pass. So,
but that's a safe pass. That's just as good as a run, Chris. Nice safe toss out in the flat to Daniel. And if I'm gonna throw it to anybody, I'm gonna throw it to my surest hands that I have right now, Chris.
Hey, I wouldn't even mind seeing him coming around and getting one of those handoffs to jet sweep again here. Because at this point, some style points to really put this team away will be great rolling into homecoming. And we want to remind everyone that homecoming is next week against Munford here. We will be back here, and Washington will get the handoff here. The big running back will barrel his way forward for a good pickup.
Close to a first down.
And good to see him get some opportunities and some carries late in the game. Gets a lot of comparisons just by look and stature to none other than Derrick Henry as he wears that number 22. But, again, exciting player to look forward to the future of this program on both sides of the ball, DJ Washington.
Booker T taking their time. Approaching 10 seconds remaining on the play clock. I mean, they faking it real good. You're running the dive play right here, Chris.
And Washington will get it, and he's going to have some good blocks in front of him. He's going to lower his shoulder down and barrel forward towards that goal line. I can assure you we're going to try to use some clock here, but Coach Austin wants to get in that end zone.
Yeah, because truthfully, he could take 2 knees and be out of here, Chris. But you never know with these crazy tie-break scenarios and AHSAA, you might need these 6 points for a tiebreaker. As we approach 1 minute remaining in the ball game, your Booker T. Washington Eagles up 20-6.
Under a minute in this ball game. This has been a better second half than the first, as Trojans have been held scoreless here, and we've got a flag for a delay of game here. That's what you don't want right here in this scenario.
At this point, Chris, 41 seconds, 40-second play clock. You do the math on that one.
Hey, you know, I might be getting a little greedy, but hey, I want to see that end zone again as well.
Yeah, but in the spirit of sportsmanship, you know, this is not Bullet County we playing. We're not trying to get any style points out here, Chris. One more play in ball game.
So they will hand it to Washington.
Now, if he scores naturally, that's different.
Washington will score. Touchdown, Golden Eagles. So tough run from the freshman there. And I knew when he get the ball, he wanted to get in the end zone. And one last firework here tonight for the Golden Eagles
and strike up the band.
26-6, your score. Chris Lee, joined by special guest Coach A.D. Drew here in the booth tonight. Preston Robinson on camera. Kim Wright, Roy Evans, production team. And we've had a great night, great second half. You know, despite those 2 quick field goals that, you know, really we kind of gave away, especially that second one at the end of the first half. This defense has really showed up here tonight, and
did he squeeze it?
Did he squeeze it in there? And no, it is no good. So I was about to say we've had multiple extra points.
Somebody's coming hopping off the field. Can't see who that is.
That looks like Washington, who's going to limp off. He's hopefully will be okay after scoring that touchdown.
Holding his knee might just be a cramp at this point.
Yeah, he seems to be okay there. 32 seconds left in this ball game. And again, want to remind everyone that homecoming is next week. So a week full of activities. We will get that full schedule out, but I know the parade is Thursday, and of course the game on Friday night as the Golden Eagles take on Munford here at home. Looking forward to a big crowd, and hey, God willing, we will be bringing you that game as well. But one thing about it, you know, we want to encourage the fans. I know it's great to listen to us, but we want to come out, encourage you to come out and support these Golden Eagles when you can, at home and on the road. But once again, we're glad to bring you these broadcasts each and every week, and we will look forward to continuing that here this season. So we'll have a new kicker now. That's going to be the hero from the Tallahassee game, Alexander Williams, who will kick it off, and it's going to be returned and almost back to the 50-yard line, but might be too little too late there. 25 seconds remain in this ball game as the Trojan offense will come out. And at this point, do you take a shot or you just take a knee and get out of here? What do you do if you're St. James?
Last time I checked, there was no 20-point play in football, Chris. Hand the ball off one time, go shake hands, warm up the bus.
So great win tonight for the Golden Eagles as the band will crank up Ball and Parlay to end this game, and that's a song you like to hear when you've got a big lead in the fourth quarter. And they will hand it off one last time, looks like, and fitting ending to the night, Marching Aristocrats, Ball and Parlay, and that's going to be a good transition to the ball game tomorrow. We mentioned it, Golden Tigers taking on Morehouse.
The Maroon Tigers.
The Maroon Tigers from Crampton Bowl tomorrow, but that is going to do it here from Bernie Patrick Stadium.
And no, I do not have any more tickets.
The final score, Golden Eagles 26, St. James Trojans 6, and great home win here for Coach Austin and this football team. You know, it's a tale of two halves. We struggled to stop that run a little bit the first half, but some great adjustments were made. And hey, for the blackout, they black out the scoreboard in the second half as that defense only allows 6 points, no touchdowns allowed tonight. Hey, good all-around football game as we enter into, you know, homecoming next week. Mumford team that's been struggling. But after that, you've got some back-to-back games against two of the stronger teams in the region, and one of the, not surprising to us, but, you know, traditionally surprising Bullitt County team that has really been on a roll this season.
Yeah, I'm going to have to check the calendar to see what date that is. I might have to come back down this way for that Bullitt County game.
We will be on the road. I believe it's October 17th. We don't want to get too far ahead because we do have homecoming and a game that we have to win next week, but that is a date that is circled on many people's calendars as the rivalry has gotten even more heated in recent years. Bullitt County came in here last year and won the ball game here in a tight one, so Golden Eagles will come into that one, you know, with revenge on their mind, but we've got to win next week. It is homecoming. I want to thank everyone once again for listening tonight as we wrap up here from Bernie Patrick Stadium. This is Chris Lee, joined by Coach A.D. Drew. Want to shout out to Al Lee, who's listening from Montgomery, Preston Robinson on camera, Roy Evans and Kim Wright. Signing off here from Edward Bernie Patrick Stadium. This is Chris Lee, 3 Lee, Golden Eagle Sports Network.
Travel light, everybody.
We just got a score update. Bullitt County lost tonight against Hanley, or I'm not sure if the game is over, but fourth quarter score there, 33-7. So, wow, we've got Hanley coming up soon. Like I said, we're going to get into the tough part of this region, but Golden Eagles got to take it 1 week at a time, and a good one tonight here. We're going to sign off now, and we will see you next week for homecoming.